I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel.
Unlike our short-term memory, which can only store about 7 bits of information, our long-term memory storage capacity is essentially limitless. Memories are brain-based, but the brain moves components of a memory across a network of locations. These specific locations include some neural circuitry involved in the original experience, some brain cells fire when we experience something and fire again when we recall it. Our explicit conscious memories come in two forms: episodic, experienced events, like your first day at work, and somatic, facts and general knowledge. Somatic networks help us connect concepts by grouping objects together based on the traits they share, like ostriches and penguins. They both can fly and they both walk on two legs. Schemas are frameworks we learn to use in understanding the world. Schemas also affect our memories, and we more readily store new explicit memories if they don't fit in with our existing schemas than if they didn't fit in. The frontal lobe and the hippocampus process and store new explicit memories. When you try to remember a past experience, many regions send input to your prefrontal cortex, the front of your frontal lobes, for working memory processing. The left and the right frontal lobes process different types of memories. The left lobe would recall a password and hold it in working memory. The right lobe would call up a visual party scene. The hippocampus, a temporal lobe neural structure located in the limbic system, is like a save button for explicit memories. Memories are not permanently stored in the hippocampus. The hippocampus is more like a loading dock where the brain registers and temporarily holds the elements of a to-be-remembered experience: the smell, the feel, the sound, and the location. Memories then migrate to the cortex for storage. This storage process is called memory consolidation, which is supported by sleep. The cerebellum plays a key role in storing and forming implicit memories created by classical conditioning. If you had a damaged cerebellum, you would gain the inability to develop certain conditioned reflexes. Implicit memory formation needs the cerebellum. The basal ganglia is a deep brain structure involved in motor movement. It also facilitates formation of procedural memory for skills, like riding a bike or walking. The basal ganglia receives input from the cortex, but does not send the information back to the cortex for conscious awareness of procedural learning. Reactions and skills can be learned from implicit memories in the first 4 years of our lives, and we can continue those throughout our adult lives. But as an adult, we barely remember our explicit memories as the first 4 years of our lives. This is due to infantile amnesia. Our emotions trigger hormones that influence memory formation. These hormones make more glucose energy more available to fuel brain activity, signaling to the brain that something important is happening. Stress hormones can focus memory. Stress provokes the amygdala to initiate a memory trace, a lasting physical change as a memory forms that boosts activity in the brain's memory-forming areas. Emotional arousal can sear certain events into our brains. Significantly stressful events can form unforgettable memories after a traumatic experience like rape or shootings. Vivid recollections of the event may intrude again and again, which is PTSD. Emotional events produce tunnel vision memory that focuses our attention and recalls on high priority information that reduces the recall of irrelevant details. Flashbulb memories are when we create mental snapshots of an exciting or shocking event. Say, like walking in on your parents, like this jet. Flashbulb memories are known for their vividness and our confidence in them. But as we relive, rehearse, and discuss them, even our flashbulb memories may become inconsistent, especially among older people. What is the capacity of long-term memory? Are our long-term memories processed and stored in specific locations? Our long-term memory capacity is essentially unlimited. Memories are not stored intact in the brain in single spots. Instead, many parts of the brain interact as we encode, store, and retrieve memories. What roles do the frontal lobes and hippocampus play in memory processing? The frontal lobes and hippocampus are parts of the brain network dedicated to explicit memory formation. Many brain regions send information to the frontal lobes for processing. The hippocampus, with the help of the nearby brain networks, registers, and temporarily holds elements of explicit memories, which are either somatic or episodic, before moving them to other brain regions for long-term storage. The neural storage of long-term memories, which is supported by sleep, is called memory consolidation. What roles do the cerebellum and basal ganglia play in memory processing? The cerebellum and basal ganglia are parts of the brain network dedicated to implicit memory formation. The cerebellum is important for forming and storing classically conditioned memories. The basal ganglia are involved in motor movement and help to form procedural memories for skills. Many reactions and skills learned during the first 4 years continue into our adult lives, but we cannot consciously remember learning these associations and skills due to infantile amnesia. How do emotions affect our memory processing? Emotional arousal causes an outpouring of stress hormones, which leads to the amygdala to boost activity in the brain's memory-forming areas. Significantly stressful events can trigger very clear flashbulb memories. Through rehearsal, memory of personally important experiences largely endures.